The news.
Well, the steady snow has pushed off the coast. We are now left with, well, some of us are left with up to 5 inches of snow across the area. Some of us, not much. We are going to be dealing with some icy, slick conditions through the morning and some blustery wind chills over the next 24 hours. I'll break down my latest forecast here in minutes.
Highway conditions, we give you a live look from Ocean City.
Slammed by snow, while the totals are mostly minimal for our part of Delmarva, how areas further south had a different experience.
Policy leads to high prices. How moves made by Delaware's elected officials have led to a spike in energy bills.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we're coming out of red alert conditions on this Thursday morning. You're looking live now at Ocean City, and you can see some of the snow on the roofs there. This is just off of the canal. So we deal with our third winter system in less than 2 months, and that is how we start February 20th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Welcome to our 5 o'clock hour.
And we've got team coverage to help you get through this one, to give us a look at what everything is going on out there. Emma Aiken is in Fenwick Island. Brandon Ferguson is getting a first-hand look at our roads in our first alert weather Jeep, and we will get to Emma and Brandon in just a moment.
But first, we're going to begin with someone who I know typically likes the snow. Chris, are you over the snow, or I don't know? Please say you're not ready for more.
Well, I'm not over it, but I know a lot of people that are over it. We are through with as far as the steady snow goes. As far as last night, you can see the last batch of it pushed off the coast here over the last hour. But yeah, not much. If you go northern Sussex, Kent County, you have to go further in the southern parts of Sussex and southern half of Delmarva before you get into some snowfall totals, but higher pressures building in here over the next 24 hours. 4.5 inches in Selbyville. We had 2, Dagsboro 1.6, Bethel 1.3 there in Bethany Beach. Yeah, Nassau only picked up a half an inch. North of that, barely any snowfall. As we go further south in Delmarva, Bayview 10.5. We have Exmoor 7, Chicotee 6.5, Fruitland 4, and Princess Anne coming in at 3.6. The winter storm warnings have been canceled. Those are now winter weather advisories. Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester, as well as Dorchester County. Temperatures are quite cold. We're in the low 20s across the area. Now, we are waking up to snow across parts of the area, so use some caution out there. We are going to be dealing with some blustery wind chills here over the next 24 hours, anywhere between single digits to teens. Good news is we're trending milder over the weekend, and we're going to be pushing 60 degrees next week. We'll talk more about that coming up a little later on.
Thanks so much, Chris. We started to see the snow sometime around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and we know crews were treating those roads as early as Tuesday afternoon.
And CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live, riding in our first alert weather Jeep. Brandon, that corridor along the Worcester-Sussex County line was expected to have more of the snow in this system.
Good morning, Elisa and Matt. We've been traveling on Coastal Highway for over an hour now when we were into Ocean City, and we're going to switch the camera outside to take a look at these conditions. Here's what it looks like. We just passed 23rd Street in Ocean City, and as you can see, there is a layer of snow and ice still on the road, but we have passed multiple plows here in Ocean City, so you know these roads are still actively being worked on. And to get here, we crossed the Indian River Inlet Bridge, and as to be expected, it is very icy. And that's all we have now from the First Alert Weather Jeep. I'm Brandon Ferguson. Back to you guys.
So much, Brandon. As we continue to track conditions, we're going to check out Ocean View right now. This is where Coastal Highway intersects with Route 54. As we can see, there is snow on the sides of the roads. There's a little bit of that road cleared off. As Brandon mentioned, we need to be careful about any ice on the roads. I know this morning when I was driving in, I could see that reflection of the ice on the road with those street lights, so just be cautious.
Yeah, still work needs to be done in some of our main roads, and while we got some snow, it was more of an intense situation in Virginia. Check this out. This is the southeastern part of the state. They had its biggest snowstorm in years. Snowplow crews worked throughout the night to keep up with the accumulation on streets. And earlier we saw the main highways. How about those side streets and neighborhoods? We're now going to go live to Fenwick Island.
And that's where we're going to find news reporter Emma Aiken. Emma, before this storm, it was predicted that it would just be a light, fluffier layer of snow.
Good morning, Matt and Elisa. You know what they say, third time's a charm, and this is the third snowstorm here on Delmarva. We're in a neighborhood here in Fenwick Island. follow me down to the ground. This is that light, fluffy snow this time around, not so much the heavy wet like last week. It really is kind of powdery, and it is frigid and chilly out here, so that's why we have this ice, kind of slushy ice forming on the road here, but definitely a good couple inch or two here in these neighborhoods in Fenwick Island. And we'll check back in a little bit later on, but for now, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Emma. And Rehoboth Beach was one of the first areas on Delmarva to see a snowfall on Wednesday afternoon. The city is asking people to avoid street parking and please clear your sidewalks. But the city says do not use too much salt as it can damage your property as well as harm pets.
It was a scary situation Wednesday morning at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Officials say the accident happened in the southbound lanes of the Thimble Shoal Tunnel, and luckily no one was hurt. And actually, a Salisbury truck driver who saw this crash, that was the man who alerted the bridge patrol there in Virginia.
And new this morning, if you were thinking about headed to the Salisbury Zoo today, you're going to want to reschedule. The city posted this message to their website, stating it would be closed today due to the severe weather on Delmarva. Officials say it will focus on snow removal for the safety of the animals, staff, and visitors.
And Delawareans are feeling the heat as utility bills skyrocketed. At Wednesday's Public Service Commission meeting, the public voiced their frustration over Delmarva Power's ongoing increases. And we're learning that a rate increase in Delaware was approved in April of 2024. That is contributing to the higher bills. Get this, on June 1st, 2025, new bid prices take effect, and that is adding a 7.5% increase. The Public Service Commission, they're claiming these prices are competitive and consistent with market conditions, but they are the highest auction prices Delaware has ever seen.
And there could be help on the way for people struggling with rising energy costs. Delaware lawmakers have introduced House Bill 50, which would create the Delaware Energy Fund. It would give financial assistance to those who have a moderate income.
Yeah, however, Republican Representative Brian Shoup of Milford posted on social media saying this new bill is just a rehash of one he introduced last week, saying, "I introduced a bill to give green energy credits directly to Delaware ratepayers to help with rising electric bills."
And you can see more of his quote here saying, quote, "The majority party, meaning the Democrats, took the idea, created their own bill, and plastered it everywhere, claiming that they solved the problem."
Happening now, Worcester County Board of Education, they're continuing to look for a new superintendent. The opening comes with the upcoming retirement of current superintendent Lou Taylor. The board is seeking public input, saying that they will help create a leadership profile for qualified candidates. Taylor's last day is June 30th.
Millsboro police will continue looking for a person who they say shot a man in the leg. Police believe the car shown on your screen now is involved, and this was near the Millsboro Village Apartments. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Delaware Crime Stoppers.
Okay, we're now going to go live to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. I know it's dark, but lower center of your screen, that is the White House there. You can see the Washington Monument. And Donald Trump's made some big changes to the federal government since becoming president, specifically the size of the workforce. And now NBC News has learned that top military generals could be next on the chopping block.
As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, the Trump administration claims it's rooting out fraud.
1 month and a head-spinning number of executive actions since Inauguration Day. President Trump's rapid remake of the federal government having real-world impacts, from canceled contracts for housing inspections.
To have safe and livable housing, that's the type of thing that they're calling waste.
To fired Veterans Affairs workers.
We're not some deep state that has ulterior motives.
And farmers waiting on paused grant money.
I've already done a bunch of the work, already paid for the material, already paid for the labor, so I'm out all that cost.
President Trump defending the cost-cutting moves.
We're trying to make our government smaller but much stronger.
The Defense Department now the latest target of the Department of Government Efficiency. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordering $50 billion in cuts to redirect to President Trump's priorities. While 5 sources tell NBC News Secretary Hegseth is considering firing some generals and other senior officers with close ties to former Biden Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, or who've worked on programs seen as out of step with the Trump agenda. At a Saudi investment conference in Miami, President Trump suggesting a new use for any DOJ-related savings.
We're thinking about giving 20% back to the American citizens and 20% down to pay back debt.
Without saying where the remaining money would go, also slamming federal employees working from home.
They're not working. They're playing tennis, they're playing golf, or they have other jobs.
In a week spent working from his Mar-a-Lago home that's included a few rounds of golf. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, comments on Cedar Neck Road, how development could be forcing changes along Route 1 in Milford.
Also, action on affordable housing. We'll tell you how one Milton local says they are relieved after hearing the options for more in the town.
But first, exercise benefits, the OC Boardwalk. We will show you one man who never misses a chance to stretch his legs along the coast. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's coastal charm with Coast Life. Explore local treasures, fresh trends, and unforgettable stories from our coastal communities. Join the adventure with Coast Life, weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Get the Coast TV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
Exercise. It's something a lot of us know we probably should do a little bit more of, but motivation can be difficult to find. Well, for one man in Ocean City, as Kevin Zappe shows us in this week's Coastal Connections, he stays in shape every single day, all thanks to the boardwalk.
Walking along the Ocean City boardwalk is a common thing people do in town, but for Lou Catelli, it's part of life.
You got to do something to stay healthy, stay in shape, and it's the fresh air and the way just to decompress and just get everything out of your head and just feel good.
For the past 6 years, Catelli walked the Ocean City boardwalk every day during the off-season, no matter the weather.
There was a few days where it was ice, and that was just treacherous. The ice is a little bit more dangerous. The streets they maintain great here in Ocean City, but the boardwalk, they don't plow the boardwalk, they don't salt, they don't do anything.
Catelli walks from one end to the other 2 times a day, and with the boardwalk being 2.25 miles long, Catelli ends up walking 9 total miles, leaving some people recognizing his consistency.
You see the same faces every day. There's a lot of people who do this from young to old, just every morning, back and forth, back and forth.
Catelli and his family have a place right next to the boardwalk and never plans on selling.
The off-season's the best. It's a great way to decompress and just kind of recharge your batteries. It's the ideal location. It really is a perfect setup.
If you're looking to find Lou Catelli, he says he's always the one wearing the shorts. Catelli plans on walking the Ocean City boardwalk every day until the busy season. So if you end up seeing him, be sure to give him a fist bump. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Fast by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
The Harry K Foundation presents its annual chocolate crawl on Saturday, April 26th in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Enjoy delectable chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Time is 5:16, and you are looking live at Ocean City along the canal there. You can see some of the snow on the roofs of some of those structures that bookend the waterway. Now, Chris, when we saw some of the road cameras earlier, we did see some snow, I should say, some ice on some of them. So it looks like some of the roads in our area at least need some work on in getting cleared.
Oh, yeah, without question. Yeah, with those areas that picked up a couple inches of snow are going to definitely be dealing with some snow-covered roads, especially those back roads. So you're going to need to take some time in those areas, and the parts that didn't see any snow, well, still take it easy a bit out there as well. But you're going to need the hats, scarves, and gloves today because it's going to be a cold one. We're going to see those wind chills in the teens. Eventually tonight, we're going to dip down into the single digits as far as the wind chills are concerned. You could just kind of dust that snow off your windshield. It's very powdery. A warm beverage, and certainly take your time. Temperatures right now, we're at 23 Seaford, 25 Rehoboth Beach, 28 Ocean City. When you factor in the winds, well, it feels like 12 in Rehoboth. It feels like 17 in Ocean City, 13 in Salisbury. Now, the winter storm warning has been canceled. We have a winter weather advisory in effect through 6, Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester, as well as Dorchester County. A cold weather advisory down through Accomack. Due in part, we could see some wind chills as low as the single digits, and we do have small craft advisories up. Snow is well off the coast. We have another area of snow that we're keeping an eye on. This is an upper level low that's going to be swinging through, so don't be surprised if you see a few snow showers later on this afternoon. Not going to amount to much, but high pressure will be building in. The good news, if you're tired of the snow, we are going to be dry through the weekend. In fact, temperatures are going to be trending upward as we push into the weekend and into next week. Today, though, a cold, blustery day with a few snow showers around, mostly cloudy skies, highs topping out in the upper 20s to right around the 30-degree mark. As we go in the afternoon, notice a few snow showers are possible, maybe a quick dusting in some areas, not going to amount to much. Skies will clear through the overnight into tomorrow, and then we are looking at a cold start to the Saturday, but overall, temperatures trending milder. Winds, though, are going to be continuing to gust anywhere between about 25 to 30 over the next 24 hours. That's going to allow for wind chills to start in the teens today. Tonight, though, we dip down to, well, it feels like 9 tomorrow morning. Millsboro 9 in Long Neck, 10 in Lewis. Not much better as we start the weekend, feeling like the teens, but then temperatures will begin to moderate as we push into the latter part of the weekend. Average high 49. Well, we're going to be right at that on Sunday, and then take a look at this. By Tuesday, we're approaching 60 degrees. So a beautiful weekend as far as precipitation free. 41 after that cold start on Saturday, and we're at 48 on Sunday. We get a break from the snow and ice. 30 today, a few snow showers cloudy, blustery day. As I mentioned, those wind chills dipping to the single digits to start tomorrow. A frigid night with that snow and ice in areas. 38 for your Friday under mostly sunny skies. Again, those northwest winds anywhere between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. And our umbrella winner, Kevin Brooks of Lewis, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. Your 7-day shows 38 for Friday, 41 on Saturday. After that cold start, we're up to 48 on Sunday. And then there's that milder air that everybody's been waiting for building in next week. And we're remaining relatively dry through next Wednesday with highs in the mid to upper 50s.
All right, thank you, Chris. We continue to follow how different communities along the coast are creating policies for short-term rentals. Those would be properties with Airbnbs and similar businesses. This was up for discussion this week at Milton's Planning and Zoning meeting. Rental owner Alex Delmarva there went to Tuesday's meeting and felt relieved by some of what she heard.
Hearing that they are trying to be very careful to consider all parties and all the options.
The proposed recommendations discussed at the meeting will likely be brought up in front of the town council at their next meeting in March.
Up next on Coast TV News today, comments on Cedar Neck Road will tell you how DelDOT is searching for locals to chime in on potential development in the area. Don't go anywhere.
Bringing stuff to people at home that will change their lives or change the lives of the community is important. And while it's nice when we talk about the big national stories, the reason we're here is to connect people with what's going on right on Delmarva. And it's a very interesting community. It's not like a lot of other places, so you need that connection.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Happening today, DelDOT wants to get your opinion at a workshop on Route 1 and Route 30 in Milford. They're focusing on the interchange at Cedar Neck Road. In the past, developers have eyed the area for commercial use, which would have meant restructuring that interchange.
This is kind of like a residential area, so I don't think we want that around this area. If that's the meaning why they want to do it, like for some future improvements or developments, commercial. So I don't think that's what we want.
And to give your thoughts, locals can attend the event at Milford Library from 4 to 6 p.m. And waking up this morning in parts of Delaware, the snow wasn't that bad. It was pretty easy to dust off my car, thankfully, but further south, it's a different story.
Yes, Shelbyville, Ocean City getting several inches, while places like Milton, where our studio is, only a dusting here.
Yeah, I mean, it was all about location, and sometimes with these snow events, you can get that sharp cutoff as far as people that didn't see anything and people that saw, well, a couple inches. Now, those areas that did pick up 4 or 5 inches of snow, you're going to be dealing with some snow-covered roads, some back roads, so certainly use caution this morning, especially on those bridges and overpass. Those tend to ice up longer than the main roads, and so take your time out there this morning. The good news is we're not dealing with any snow. That pushed off the coast. Now, we are tracking some light snow showers developing to our west that could be passing through this afternoon. 23 right now in Seaford. We're at 22. Salisbury, 25 in Rehoboth Beach. More importantly, though, the wind chills. It feels brutal out there in the teens, and it's going to feel like the single digits come tonight into tomorrow morning. Though there is some good news on the horizon. We'll talk about some temperatures rising into the 50s to near that 60-degree mark. I'll have that 7-day forecast coming up in the next half hour.
And after the break on Coast TV News today, Bay Bridge blaze. We'll tell you what officials say is the aftermath of a fire in the Bay Bridge Tunnel in Virginia.
Also, coastal snow conditions. We'll show you how Ocean City attempted to keep up after getting a heavier part of the storm.
And storm system moves across the country. We'll show you the impacts of heavy snow and ice across the United States and the states that are experiencing that same storm system. What's taking place right now on Delmarva. Coast TV News will be right back.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
Now on Coast TV News.
Well, the steady snowfall has pushed off the coast. Some of us waking up to a couple inches of snow. Some of us wondering what snow we're even talking about. We are dealing with some icy conditions across the area, but some brutal wind chills we're going to be dealing with today through tonight, and even a few more snow showers before the return of 50-degree temperatures. My full forecast
A blanketed
here in
Fenwick
minutes.
Island will show you a live look at the neighborhood conditions.
Cold along the coast, we check out how Ocean City dealt with the latest snow system as the town is experiencing frigid temperatures.
Tunnel truck trouble, the scary situation at the southern end of Delmarva, and how a Salisbury man provided help during this fiery crash.
This is Coast TV News Today.
We are continuing with our coverage of this winter storm. We begin this half hour with a live look at Salisbury this morning. As we can see, snow-covered roads. You need to be cautious if you are driving this morning. Possibly some ice as we are getting into the colder temperatures. And it is February 20th, 2025. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. We do have a snow situation, though not as intense as what we experienced at the beginning of January.
And we do have full team coverage. We have reporters out in the field to help cover this snow system. Emma Aiken is in Fenwick Island, and Brandon Ferguson is getting a first-hand look at the roads in our first alert weather Jeep.
Yeah, it's we're approaching 5:30 on this Thursday morning. That did have us under red alert conditions, but we're coming out of that right now.
And some of the snow, I think it was like powdered sugar, Chris, and then some of it, I think it was a lot heavier. It's interesting how different each area is.
Oh yeah, it all has to do with that temperature. Remember last week we had that snow, it was like cement, came down really quick, and this system was a much colder system, so we're dealing with more of that powdery snow. You can see we are dry as far as any precipitation is concerned. The last batch of that snow pushed off the coast. We are watching upper level low back off to the west. That may bring a few snow showers into the area come later on today. As far as snowfall totals go, most of the highest totals we have seen further across Sussex County, southern Sussex, 4.5 in Salisbury. We had 2 inches. Dagsboro, inch and a half there. Millsboro, 1.3 in Bethany Beach. Nassau, 1/2 of an inch. Really, as you further north you went, that's where the snow completely shut off. 10.5 there, Bayview, Virginia. We had 7.5 in Exmoor, 6.5 Chickatee, Fruitland, and Salisbury coming in at 4 inches. Princess Anne, 3.6. Now, the winter storm warnings have been canceled. Winter weather advisories in effect. Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester, Dorchester could pick up an additional coating as that upper level low comes through. Otherwise, it is quite cold out there. Temperatures are in the 20s and wind chills are in the teens. So we're going to be dealing with those slick spots this morning. Icy conditions, a few snow showers are possible, and then we stay cold but sunnier into our Friday. Breezy with wind chills continuing in the 20s. We will talk about some warmer conditions, though, over the days ahead and a drier and sunnier weekend ahead. I'll give that to you coming up later in my full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. That's good news. But as we continue our coverage of this snowstorm, there is concern about the conditions on our back streets and in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, we find CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken in one of those neighborhoods. She's in Fenwick Island, where we first started experiencing snow on Wednesday afternoon. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning, guys. We're in a neighborhood here in Fenwick Island. Come over this way with me. Look at this car. I mean, covered in several inches of snow. So if you're waking up here in Fenwick Island, you're gonna see that sight. You're gonna need a couple extra minutes to brush off your car in the morning. Kind of a good thing, though. This is that light, fluffy snow. It's kind of more powdery. Last time we saw that heavy snow, but this really is light and fluffy, but mixed with these freezing temperatures, we are starting to see a little bit of ice and slush on these grounds. But definitely, you know, an inch or two on these neighborhoods back here in Fenwick Island. Live in Fenwick Island, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
Thank you so much, Emma. And we're now going to check out the scene a little north of where Emma is. This is Bethany Beach, right on Coastal Highway. As we can see, Coastal Highway looks pretty clear from snow, but there is likely ice on those roads as we are dealing with freezing conditions. So again, if you're driving, be extra cautious and go slow.
Winter storm leaving behind dangerous roads in parts of North Carolina. That's part of the system that brought the heavy snow to Delmarva. A mixed bag of winter weather moved throughout that state, including snow, sleet, freezing rain on Wednesday. That increased into the afternoon. Some areas there received up to 10 inches of snow. So let's stay on the roads. We're getting a better look at where we expected more of this snow to hit our area.
And right now, CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in our first alert weather Jeep. Brandon, you've been traveling the Worcester County, Sussex County line so far. What are you seeing out there?
Good morning, Elisa and Matt. We are now on Route 113, and we're going to give you a look outside of the first alert weather Jeep for a look at those conditions. We're heading northbound on Route 113, and as you can see, parts of the roads are clear, but this wind is creating an effect on the snow like it is still snowing coming off the banks from the side of the road. And to get here from Ocean City, we crossed over the Route 50 bridge, and there was still a heavy layer of snow and ice on it. And just traveling this morning on Coastal Highway from the Rehoboth area down to Ocean City, there was a clear line of what parts of the coast got hit harder as we got deeper into Ocean City. But live from Route 113 in the First Alert Weather Jeep, I'm Brandon Ferguson. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brandon. Cold, quiet, and covered in snow. The Ocean City Boardwalk just a little frostier than usual. Driving through town, you'll see roads and sidewalks wearing a fresh coat of snow.
Coast TV reporter Brendan Conroy shows us how people are making most of this snow situation.
Roads, streets, even the beach, all packed once again with snow. And it's not only the snow. It's the frigid temperatures that keeps the ground frozen. But for Michael Canteen and his son Michael Jr., the snow and cold weather just means even more memories to be made.
We were here about when he was 3, maybe 4, and I have a picture of him. That's why we came up, take the exact picture. I put him on my shoulder like this. We took it up on First Street. As soon as it was snowing, I'm like, let's go take that same picture. So that's kind of why we came up here today.
But he says he is always mindful of the slippery road conditions.
Here, everything does shut down. You do want to prepare yourself, for some traffic and some slippery roads.
Kenneth Sauter does his morning routine by the beach every morning. He says when it snows like this, he likes to make his own fun.
I am so happy to be alive.
I love it. This is the best time of year in Ocean City. It's quiet. It's the best time as far as healing and getting to know people because it's not 500,000 people per week. So.
The majority of people we spoke with that shared their concerns with us said it wasn't just the roads or those conditions, but actually their neighborhoods as well and the lots where they live. They said it's before they even get to the road, they want to make sure they can leave their driveway or neighborhood. Taking it one snow day at a time in Ocean City. For Coast TV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your ideal snowfall about? We were talking about this before we went on the air, Lisa.
All right, 52% of voters say 1 inch, 45% say 4+ inches, 2% say 3, 1% say 2. I'll give you my answer. It's 0. That's
0.0.
0.0. And if you haven't voted yet, please do so on coasttv.com or on our mobile app.
And for continued coverage of this winter storm, which is wrapping up, listen to all of our radio stations, download our Coast TV First Alert Weather app, and follow our live updates. We are your source for winter events.
In Virginia, police will continue to investigate after a tractor-trailer caught fire at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Officials say the accident happened at 1:45 Wednesday morning in the southbound lanes at the Thimble Shoal Tunnel. A Salisbury truck driver, Patrick Davis, who is also a former Salisbury firefighter, was headed back home when he saw that tractor-trailer. Davis called the bridge police to report that crash.
Now, the overnight snow we had having its effects felt today. Salisbury is one city that made some changes. City offices are closed today, as is the Salisbury Zoo. However, we are being told that trash pickup will continue as scheduled.
In Worcester County, the Board of Education is looking for a new superintendent. The opening comes in June 2025 as the retirement of the current superintendent, Lou Taylor. The board is seeking public input, saying that will help create a leadership profile for qualified candidates. Community members can share their thoughts online now through February 28th.
Millsboro police continuing to look for a person they say shot a man in the leg. Police believe the car shown on your screen was involved. This was near the Millsboro Village Apartments. There's that car. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Delaware Crime Stoppers.
We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital, and it was less than 24 hours ago that a group of protesters gathered in Washington, D.C. to rally against what they say is Elon Musk's infiltration of government agencies. The protest took place outside of the Department of Health and Human Services, and many of those in attendance were healthcare workers or researchers who had their funding freeze after an executive order. Hundreds came together in the nation's capital to denounce DOGE.
It's scary, right? And seeing your colleagues go is just devastating, right? These people you've been working with for years.
And the Trump administration claims these cuts across multiple government agencies are necessary to weed out what they say is fraud.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, pushing out plastic bags, we'll tell you what Wicomico County leaders are saying about one group's effort to keep plastic bags out of use.
Also, Sussex Central attempts to stop streak. The Golden Knights boys basketball team puts a scare into a Dover team that had won 9 in a row.
An artificial reef adventure will tell you how this retired cruise ship right here will make history and as it sets sail for the first time since 1969. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We're offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Wheel of Fortune and National Geographic spin around the world.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. So many trips and so much cash. I love it.
Thursday at 7 on Coast TV.
Well, hopefully everybody is staying nice and warm out there and keeping themselves safe from all that snow and ice we saw in parts of Delmarva. You can see some snow here in Ocean City. That was one of the locations that picked a couple inches, 27. Right now, winds are about 13 miles an hour out of the northeast. You can see we are generally dry as far as precipitation goes. There's our storm system, tracked a bit further south. It kept tracking further south with each passing day this week. This upper level low is going to come swinging through this afternoon, could spawn a few scattered snow showers throughout the day. So we're dealing with those icy roads right now. As we go into the afternoon, we're at lower 30s, feeling though more like the teens with the wind chills, and we're going to be dealing with some slick spots as we go into the evening as those temperatures dip back into the lower 20s into the overnight. We are going to talk, though, about the return of some upper 50s to near 60-degree temperatures in that extended forecast. We'll talk more about that in the 7A here in a little bit.
All right, Crystal, we're going to keep you right here because you and the rest of our meteorologists have been tracking this system for at least a week now.
Yeah, and Chris, with this one, we know some parts of Delmarva only got a dusting of snow. Others got several inches. So why the big difference?
Right. We had that storm, that area of low pressure tracked just enough to our south where we had that sharp cutoff as far as snowfall is concerned. Now, if we take a look at the radar here, you can see that area of low pressure passing farther off to the south than we were thinking. Remember, last week, there were people on social media calling for 30 inches of snow. Well, that system eventually, a lot of the models had that system closer to the coast, giving more of coastal areas snow. But as that snow tracked to our south, you get that sharp cutoff, and actually portions of Norfolk and Richmond had upwards of a foot. So that bullseye area was southern Delmarva into portions of Virginia and the northern Outer Banks. We'll talk, though, about not any more snow in the extended forecast. We'll talk about that warm-up coming up here in a little bit.
I am looking forward to that warm-up. Thank you, Chris. So as we move on, it looks like the snow is pushing back. An event in Georgetown, a food distribution Crossroad Community Church in Georgetown, they planned for Friday. That's been postponed because of the weather. Food Bank of Delaware announced the change and apologized for the inconvenience. They say a new date will be provided when it is decided. Check this one out, folks. Happening tonight, USA and Canada, part 2 in the NHL Four Nations face-off, and this time it is the championship game of this format. Unlike Saturday, this game will be played in the U.S., in Boston. Tensions were high on February 15th when the two teams last met. That was in Montreal. Canadian fans booed the Star-Spangled Banner, and when the game started, so did this. Fights, 3 of them in the first 9 seconds. Team USA ended up winning 3-1. Face-off for tonight's good old hockey game, set for 8 p.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans, and welcome back to the Henlopen title game, Dover boys basketball. The Senators topped Sussex Central 52-40 last night to cap the regular season. The Senators trailed at halftime, but Chase Little and company powered the reigning state champs to win number 17 on the year. In that contest, David Maker surpassed 1,000 career points for Central, but the Senators win, and they now flip their focus to Seaford for the second straight season. The Blue Jays capture the Henlopen South Crown for the 5th year in a row. Dover and Seaford meet for the 3rd time in those 5 seasons. We'll have the action live streamed on DSM Plus at 4 p.m. from Dover. You know who else is having one heck of a season? Maryland men's basketball. The Crab Five, as they call them, are 20-6 this season, the Terps' best record since 2020. Maryland hosts USC tonight at 8:30 in search of its 11th conference win. The Terrapins are also 15-1 in College Park. Coverage of Maryland and Southern Cal can be found on Fox Sports 1 tonight. As for us at DSN, our next live game broadcast is tomorrow when Parkside girls basketball welcomes Decatur to Salisbury. Parkside is 1 game behind Y-High for the Bayside South lead, while Stephen Decatur is also at a fine year at 12-5. Earlier this season, the Rams topped the Hawks 44-41. Coverage of that game begins tomorrow at 5:55. Ready for sports.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 8:30, Apo takes on Smyrna in girls basketball. Then at 10:30, it's the final score. And for your DSN Plus exclusives, along with that game of the night we just mentioned, on the app you can watch Easton take on Cambridge, South Dorchester in girls basketball at 5:30.
Rough week? Well, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
And we're certainly going to need those winter coats, gloves, and scarves today. Some of us even needing a shovel across parts of Delmarva as temperatures get up to right around that 30-degree mark, but it's going to feel more like the teens with the wind chill and that snow on the ground. We'll talk about a warm-up, though, coming up when Coast TV News Today continues.
Coast TV News can be heard on Big 107.7.
Ride the wave of Delmarva's coastal charm with Coast Life. Explore local treasures, fresh trends, and unforgettable stories from our coastal communities. Join the adventure with Coast Life, weekdays at 4 on Coast TV.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. Our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
The time is now 5:48, and we are taking a live look outside at Lewis this morning on this cold morning. And Chris, I know that water, you can't really tell from there, but it doesn't look like there's too much ice on the water, but you still need to be careful, and especially here. In Lewis, it's okay, but more south, especially.
Yeah, Lewis was actually the cutoff there. You go further north of Lewis, and there was barely anything, maybe a trace of snow across Milford and Milton. But yeah, further south you went, the more snow you saw. It was all about location with this storm. So we are going to be dealing with some slippery conditions out there. You're going to need the hats, the gloves, the shovels for parts of the area, maybe just a scraper to dust that snow off, and of course a warm beverage because temperatures are in the 20s out there. 26 Bethany Beach, 23 Ocean Pines, 22 in Salisbury. More importantly, those wind chills are biting in the teens. 12 in Rehoboth, feels like 13 in Salisbury. Now we have a winter weather advisory up for Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester counties. Could pick up an additional coating here throughout the day. We have a cold weather advisory for Accomack County. Wind chills as low as the single digits there, and we have small craft advisories running through about 6 tonight. So the snow we had overnight is pushed off the coast, that area of low pressure passing to our south. We have this upper level low back across the Appalachians. That's going to be pushing through here today, providing us with cloud cover and a few scattered snow showers. Temperatures only reaching, maybe barely getting to 30, but more importantly, feeling more like the teens throughout the day today under the cloudy skies. We're going to be steady with the northwest wind here over the next 24 hours, gusting anywhere 25, 30 through tonight and into tomorrow. So a blustery day tomorrow. We will see more in the way of sunshine, helping to get temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, but again, feeling more like the 20s. We begin Saturday off quite cold in the teens. So there's those wind chills in the teens throughout the day today. Tonight, though, into early tomorrow morning, we're going to see some single-digit wind chills. So a frigid start to Friday, feeling like 9 in Long Neck, 9 in Berlin, 12 in Salisbury. Cold start to our Saturday, but we rebound and warm pretty nicely as we go into the weekend. Futurecast shows the clouds in play today. A few of those scattered snow showers are possible. Maybe a brief dusting, not expecting much in the way of accumulation as those showers roll through. And then skies clear, and we're looking at a pretty nice weekend as far as remaining precipitation free. We're up to 48 on Sunday, and then we really begin to climb into Monday, Tuesday, 52, and then we're approaching 60 degrees by next Tuesday. So there's your weekend planner. Mostly sunny skies after that cold start on Saturday morning. We're up to 48 on Sunday under mostly sunny skies. So a few snow showers throughout the day today. Otherwise, we're cloudy and blustery. We're at 23 overnight. Any areas that saw snow are going to be refreezing with some icy spots, some black ice, wind chills anywhere between 7 to 17 as we go into Friday morning. We're at 38 under mostly sunny skies, so still a cold day. Kevin Brooks of Lewis, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. Congratulations there. Your Paul Davis 7A shows 38 tomorrow. Pretty nice weekend. We start off pretty cold on Saturday, 41. We rebound, though, 48, and then the real warm-up starts as we go into next week. 52 on Monday under sunny skies. We're right near 60 degrees on Tuesday, but staying pretty dry through the middle part of next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. And we've been covering this one all week. On Wednesday, a historic cruise ship, the SS United States, began its final voyage. And here you can see the ship leaving the harbor in Philadelphia for the first time since 1996. It's now being towed more than nearly 2,000 nautical miles down the Delaware River to the Atlantic Ocean and all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, where it will be turned into the world's largest artificial reef off the Florida coast. We actually expect to see this ship off of our coast sometime around 7 this morning.
In Wicomico County, there is an effort to get rid of plastic bags. Wicomico Clean, an anti-litter group, wants to get rid of single-use plastic bags in exchange for reusable plastic bags. The city of Salisbury implemented this ban nearly 2 years ago, and Wicomico Clean says they've seen a positive impact in Salisbury. And Council President John Cannon says he and the county recognize and appreciate the efforts of Wicomico Clean.
Well, we're dealing with multiple inches of snow in some parts of Delmarva, but a frigid day on tap with a few scattered snow showers. Feeling, though, more like the teens with highs in the upper 20s. We'll take a look at that milder 10-day forecast when we return.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
It is 5:56 this morning, and it's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
All right, today's coastal pet of the day is a dog who enjoys the simple pleasures in life. On your screen, that is Pixie Peanut, a 15-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, and she loves to get up every morning and watch the sunrise. Pixie was submitted to us by Trisha in Harbison.
Oh, I love that. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
That is where you'll find the QR code. Scan that, get your friends to us here at Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And it is 5:56 this morning, and I think everyone's wondering, what are the roads doing outside? Because it's different everywhere.
Yeah, now the good thing is the snow is gone.
That
it's
is
just
a good
the cold's
thing.
out there right now.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's so cold that the snow's not going to be going anywhere. It's going to be staying icy at least over the next 24 hours. You see temperatures today only rising into the upper 20s. A few snow showers are possible through the day. And again, those icy conditions with wind chills in the teens. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone, and your Paul Davis 10-day shows we rebound. Temperatures rebounding here over the weekend. We're in the 40s. Average highs by Sunday, and then look at this, by next week, we are pushing the mid to upper 50s by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That is certainly going to feel good after these frigid wind chills we're dealing with.
Route 54 road conditions, we give you a look at what we're seeing from our First Alert weather Jeep coming up at 6.